In the museum, the wind blows from everywhere to everywhere. Like us visitors from all over the world. We carry a culture web, nourish it with the collections of the museums, which are larger than their buildings. Doors are opened, the lights are on, the galleries are enlivened. One can hear the sound of silence. Each visit to the Indian Museum in Kolkata denotes wonders, an ambience of mysterious beauties and historical truth. We breathe here a smell of freshness. The journey of the museum movement in India began from here. With the foundation of the Asiatic Society in Calcutta in 1784 by Sir William Jones, the idea of setting up of a museum to collect and preserve items of natural and cultural heritage was grown. More and more curious objects of biological, physical, historical and geological origin from different parts of the country and the world were started for collection. With the help of Dr. Nathaniel Wolff Wallich, a Danish botanist since 1814, the Imperial Museum of 1856 turned into the present-day Indian Museum, the Jadughar, or the Magic House for the common people. Designed by W.L. Granville, the building was set up in 1875 in the Chowrangi area, in the heart of the growing city of Calcutta, now Kolkata. Galleries here are of different identities, of different subjects, concepts and themes. The Botanical Museum stays apart. The elegant three-storied brick-red building is reminiscent of the old imperialistic style of architecture. It houses a unique and comprehensive collection of India's plant resources and their products in art and industry. In 1872, the Honorable Justice, Mr. Fair, who had keen interests in economic plants of Indian origin, proposed a scheme for an economic museum in Kolkata. The history is linked up with Sir George Watt, whose passionate, in-depth botanical knowledge was the key element of the grandeur and gratification of the gallery. On the 29th of May 1901, the Economic Botany Gallery was opened with more than 15,000 collections. The activities triggered by handover of the Economic Botany section, later recognized as the Industrial section, to the Botanical Survey of India in 1911 by the Indian Museum Act 10 of 1910. During the days of the Second World War, the maintenance activities of the Economic Botany Gallery in the Industrial section were disrupted too. Mr. S. N. Bal, the curator during the post-war period, and his successor, Mr. K. S. Srinivasan, continued to restore the glory of the Botanical Gallery of the Industrial section of the Indian Museum. Since then, The museum is engaged in collecting, maintaining and enriching the gallery and herbarium, archival specimens, and provides technical guidance to the visiting scientists, scholars and students. The economic botany collections are decentralized in 8 permanent bays and several sub-bays under separate categories.
We have more than 15,000 collections from different phytogeographical regions. Our job is to maintain these collections as well as to disseminate knowledge to our public visitors who are here.
The Gallery of Gum and Resin section has as many as 545 specimens of rich collections of gums, resins, Indian rubber, para rubber, lac and acacia originated gum. The oil and oilseed section of the Botanical Gallery holds more than 1,000 exhibits of oil and oilseeds of different genres, be it common edible oils or medicinal, industrial and oil used in cosmetics. Considering the growing demand for edible and vegetable oil in export economy, this gallery gives benefits to the entrepreneurs as well as the researchers. The Gallery of Dyes and Tan section comprises more than 1,000 dye stuffs, is dedicated to dyes and its sources collected from different regions of British India. The indigo, madder, cochineal and rubia are interesting dye collections. Apart from textile industry, natural dyes are also used in food coloring, pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, painting, home decor and craft items. The Fiber Section Gallery preserves nearly 1,500 numbers of collections from different parts of India and neighboring countries. The oldest collection is from the year 1854, which is a jute mat or fabric collected from the Belvedere Mills, Calcutta. The Medicinal Plant section of the Botanical Gallery is a storehouse of more than 1,000 medicinal plant products, categorized based on the parts used, like the leaf, the bark, the stem, the root, the flower, the fruits and the seeds. A historical collection of cinchona and its products are kept in the gallery too. There is a narcotics section gallery also. The food section gallery displays nearly 1,400 accessioned food materials in various forms. The Indian timber section is a huge collection of authenticated timber samples. The traditional timber specimens, in the form of book-shaped volumes, are now replaced by much simpler shades in blocks or plaques, with information graved on their surfaces, commonly known as xylarium. Presently, the industrial section of the Indian Museum contains nearly 800 such specimens. The earliest timber collection dates back to 1877, collected from the Indian Botanical Gardens at Shivpur, Howrah.
We have a rich, exclusive collection in our Botanical Gallery, such as Acacia nilotica, commonly known as babla, Acacia jacquemontii, commonly known as kikar, Acacia catechu, commonly known as hoy, gattapacha. One of the oldest collection of this section was procured in 1883.
Apart from this, there are so many important collections deposited in Botanical Gallery, such as Sesamum indicum, Morinda citrifolia, Terminalia cebula, Rubia sigimensis, Caryota urens, Agave americana, Morinda citrifolia. There are many cinchona products are also preserved in our botanical gallery.
Stories are crafted in models for attracting the viewers. Coconut husk and bamboo-made handicrafts, wooden toy crafts, collections of basketry are also on display. A herbarium on economic plants of India was initiated by Sir George Watt in 1893 with around 5,000 specimens collected from various phytogeographical provinces. The herbarium contains more than 70,000 specimens, including around 5,000 algae specimens. The digitization of herbarium specimens are in process at the museum. The ISIM, Botanical Survey of India, is the custodian of 4 archival materials, including Thomas Wardle's Fabrics Dyed with Indian Dyes, comprising 3,000 specimens prepared in 1875. J. Forbes Watson's The Textile Manufactures and the Costumes of the People of India, having nearly 2,000 specimens in 1866. Sir George Watson's Agricultural Ledgers and 700 botanical portraits prepared by the artists with natural color are also displayed. These archival documents are now being digitized and procured under the e-governance program of the Ministry of Environment and Forests, Government of India. The massive library of ISIM has the rare and archival collection of books related to botanical sciences, environmental and forestry studies. A strong and well-built administrative setup monitors the day-to-day activities of this museum. A new gallery was set up, highlighting botanical properties in the service of mankind with a special focus on E.K. Janaki Ammal, India's pioneer woman biologist and an officer on special duty as Director of the Botanical Survey of India. A permanent central panel is on display following an exhibition, Joseph Dalton Hooker, Botanical Trailblazer and the Botanical Heritage of India, to commemorate his bicentenary, took place in 2017.
We implement our different, our Ministry of Environment Forest program, like Mission Life, like Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, as well as that green good deeds which are proposed by our Minister Environment and Forest at that time. Several visitors, including college students and university students, visit here. We celebrate different international and national days.
The Mission Life program of the Honorable Prime Minister by often organizing lecture sessions and rallies. History whispers here. Nature tells the story. ISIM remained. ISIM remained.